Welcome back. Welcome back.
Hey. Yo, what's up, Ace Guru? My guy, what's up, dude? Need to see, it's kind of weird it didn't... Did it redeem the first channel point correctly? Well, it shows the name up here. So it just didn't make a noise for channel points, which it's like, it's hit or miss when it turns that back on. There we go. Well, it's not like I'm about to just turn it off again. I really just need that for me, not for anybody else. What's up, dude? Good to see you this morning. So last night, well, yesterday, about, I don't know, 2:30, 3 o'clock, my internet went out and stayed out until about 9, almost exactly 9 o'clock last night. And so, yeah, I don't know what was going on there, but that definitely happened. That's why we didn't stream. That's why I didn't stream last night, and then this morning I was cutting it close. It's really not letting me. I heard them say the same thing. Yeah, dude, AT&T was like out. They had a huge outage. I kind of feel like it was due to construction. I feel like there was a big issue. Yeah, all the construction going on right around our neighborhood, but like the outage map was massive. It was almost out your way on the map. Okay, well, I guess we're good to go. Everything looks correct. We good on YouTube? Yeah, we're live there. Let's go. Sweet. Good to see everybody this morning. Running a little late, but that's okay. When am I not? You know, like, actually, I've been on time. I was ready to go, but when I opened OBS, my camera looked wildly different than it usually does, and I don't know if it's like freezing up or not. You guys have to tell me. But anyway, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. I almost said Monday. It's like second Monday, but happy Wednesday, guys. Good to see everybody. We got quite a bit to talk about game news. We got word of more layoffs. And that affects like a pretty big MMO that had a lot of popularity behind it. We've also got an update on the Palworld lawsuit that benefits Pocket Pair over Nintendo, which is actually very surprising. But hopefully it's a sign of where the lawsuit needs to go, which is right in the trash bin. Yeah, quite a bit to discuss and go over. We also had an ID at Xbox Showcase, but it was on IGN. I've got a recap of that. We may watch a few trailers from it if there's anything particularly good looking there. But first, how's everybody doing? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. I hope you all have had a good week. It's midweek. It's halfway to the weekend again. I feel like we do the same song and dance every week. So here we are. Let's jump into game news mode. We'll switch over the playlist as well, so it's not as silly, intense. I don't know. It's got to be synthwave for game news. Maybe I need to just start with that playlist from now on and try to remember to do that. All right. Will, good to see you this morning. Good to see everybody else here as well. Yeah, let's jump to our first news story. Lizard indeed. I suppose that didn't get turned off. Fantastic. I appreciate Mix It Up for just yet again dropping the ball there. I don't think it turned off any of them. Oh my gosh, here we go. This is going to cause a big delay because we can't have nice things. Okay. Yeah, that's the only one. It got most of them. Yeah. Yep. Let's talk about these layoffs. Just a second. I gotta turn this off. This is gonna bother me, and I have to remember to turn it back on. At some point. Let's see where we at. Goodbye. Also that one. Just these are fine for now. All right. Anyway. All right. Welcome to the game news. This is how we do it. We fumble around and then eventually get to it. All right. Anyway. Amazon Games, Twitch hit by layoffs, game development reduced. This is always a bummer, and it inevitably, I feel like every week, at least every week, for a time it was every episode of the game news, we were talking about layoffs and cuts, technology, like technology. Dang, dude, call me out. Anyway, Amazon layoffs, I don't know, it's kind of surprising, maybe not. But the impact, the quantity of the layoffs is very concerning. So let's read the article and learn a little more. Amazon is laying off more than 14,000 corporate employees. That's a very large number of people. Within those layoffs, Amazon Games and Twitch will be hit in some capacity. Bloomberg says, without going into specifics, that both video games and the cloud computing area of the company will be affected. So AWS, I guess, interesting. Insider Gaming has reached out to Amazon to ask how many people were set to be let go from the gaming division and Twitch. As of publishing, a response has not been received. According to Jason Schreier of Bloomberg, the cuts would largely fall on its offices in Irvine and San Diego, as well as its central publishing division. The company will reduce the amount of work it does on big budget titles, particularly surrounding massively multiplayer online games or MMOs. It's disappointing. While we're proud of our successes in first-party AAA game development and publishing, we've made the difficult decision to halt a significant amount of our first-party AAA game development work, specifically around MMOs, within Amazon Game Studios, including making significant role reductions in our studios in Irvine and San Diego, as well as our central publishing team. An email sent by Vice President of Audio, Twitch, and Games. That's a lot of hats that person has to wear. Steve Boom to employees. Okay, so Steve Boom is the Vice President of Audio, which I guess is Amazon Music and Audible. I don't know. Twitch, which is okay. And Games. Good, Twitch is cancer. I don't know, man. I mean, it's been on a decline, that's for sure. Including the layoffs was Tarfu, who had been with Twitch for 11 years. I started off working in trust and safety, then moved to customer experience. I was the person who built the entire fraud program at Twitch. One of the reasons I never told people what I did for work. I was the one keeping bad actors off Twitch who steal and abuse revenue on the platform. I guess I did my job too well since they let me go. I would argue you didn't, but okay. But do I have some great stories of being there over a decade? I mean, it was there for 11 years. It sucks that people get fired and laid off and everything else. I don't think it's a I did my job too well situation. I think it's a Twitch is suffering situation. They've been on a decline for a long time. News of the mass layoffs was first reported by Reuters. The cuts would be, according to the outlet, the largest cut since 2022, when Amazon let go of roughly 27,000 people. This new set of layoffs would be the largest in company history, with impacted employees to be notified via email. These cuts come at a time where, there's no good time to lay people off, right? Layoffs, I think by and large, are, the easy way out for a lot of these companies, because they don't have to care about their people. And they don't. They can say it. They can be like, hey, we're family here and all this other crap. But corporations, they serve their shareholders. Let's be honest. And that's, the products they offer may be good. We may enjoy them. A wobbly Twitch shirt seems appropriate considering the state of things. Yes, exactly. Thanks for noticing, XN. Good to see you, man. How are you doing today? But these layoffs really stink as usual in the industry. The Twitch side, I don't know how I feel. Twitch has been in a weird spot for the last couple years, and it seems to only be getting worse, but maybe it's only a matter of time. I don't know. Will Twitch go the way of Mixer is a question I observe a lot, and it seems that that's the case. I don't know how these layoffs hit Twitch. I don't know how many people were let go from Twitch, but in the games department, we definitely got news that New World is officially ending development following huge Amazon layoffs. So the MMO will remain online through 2026, but no further updates will be released. So Amazon just axed, we just read, they axed 14,000 people. Well, this game, as the headline says, New World is no more. They're not pushing any updates. They will not be working on the game. Development has apparently halted. VGC writes up, New World's recently launched Season 10 and Nighthaven update will serve as the final content release for the game on PC and consoles, it confirmed on Tuesday. The game will remain online through next year. Amazon said it will provide a minimum of 6 months notice before making any changes that impact your ability to play. Confirmation follows a huge round of layoffs at the corporation, said to have affected at least 14,000 jobs, including a significant number of people at New World's developer, Amazon Games Orange County. New World will remain available for purchase, that's gross. In addition to in-game currency, the game will also remain available to download for PlayStation Plus subscribers. The game's Nighthaven release will be made available for free. That's cool. After 4 years of steady content updates and a major new console release, we've reached a point where it's no longer sustainable to continue supporting the game with new content updates, an update reads on the game's website. In the coming months, we'll provide more details on what to expect and other essential information. Rest assured, our intention is to keep servers operating through 2026, allowing our community time to continue their adventures in Eternum. I hate this because their hand was forced. They're not an independent dev. This is Amazon owned stuff, but basically the game is a purchasable product, and they're going to cut it off at some point. I guess the writing's on the wall for any MMO. Eventually it will end. Eventually you will not be able to play the game anymore. But I can subscribe to World of Warcraft. You subscribe to Final Fantasy. I feel like with New World, you buy the game and you play online, and this is like the crew, right? Like when they cut it off, and the game doesn't function. But there's not even an option to just have like independent servers up. There's not. I don't know if there's not a plan, because they're going to still support the game, at least keep it operational. But the fact that developments have stopped, new development has stopped, and no updates will be released means the state the game is in now is it, unless somebody comes in and buys the IP, which I highly doubt it would be for sale. It could, I guess the asking price needs to be good enough, but I don't know. I just hate when online games like this get canceled or halted or postponed, because it's like, I bought the product, I would like to enjoy the product, and then, you can't enjoy the product anymore. It's done. Brent, good to see you this morning. I've said it many times, much as we complain about Twitch's management, there's no way I'd want to work there. The job there has to do is almost impossible. No, it's very true. Very true. Thanks for your money. Here's nothing. Yeah, if that doesn't sum up the current state of gaming, I don't know what does, right? Like, because it's very curious how easily we've walked into a games economy where we're essentially buying nothing. We're buying absolutely nothing. It's just wild. Like, we get our games, but then they can just you're buying a license. You're essentially renting the game for a premium price, right? There's very little ownership. Thanks for that hydrate. I probably do need it, but like, it just stinks because yes, you bought a license for your Sega Genesis and NES games as well, they couldn't take them away. And now it's we don't support that game anymore. It doesn't work anymore. Yeah, see, I agree with that, Denali. It'd be nice if online games that shut down would just release their full API. Then at least someone could run a server. I feel like that's the best approach. If you're not going to support it anymore and you're done with it, let it go. Let the community take care of the game then. Instead of whatever else, letting the game die or letting people have to reverse engineer the server code, which happens a lot. We've seen that on more than one occasion. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm kind of stumbling through this. I want to be hopeful, right? I want to be positive, a little optimistic, and say that at some point we'll come to a place in this whole live service environment where, if it gets taken down, we can just have a discussion about long-term support. Hey, the game's taken offline. We're not doing any updates, but here's the community version. Go have fun. You can still play. We just won't be supporting the big stuff anymore. And I think that needs to be a discussion. It needs to be a thing that happens. Because the game is still playable. There's still stuff to do, right? Like, I don't know. I hate it. I hate to see it. New World was getting a lot of popularity. Felt like coverage was pretty solid. The console release and Eternum update seemed pretty big. Personally, I'm not an MMO guy, so I don't get into it too often. But I just hate seeing stuff that people buy and pay for be completely wasted or inaccessible because the seller, the manufacturer, the creator went, oh, no, we don't do that anymore. We don't support that anymore. So someone say Xbox giving PlayStation Halo as a Silent Games will be on the cloud very soon. I mean, they are already, for the most part, like in a big way. So, yeah, it is a sign of things to come. Platforms don't matter as much. I don't know. It just really stinks. If you're a fan of New World, I hope there's something for you guys in the next year to keep you guys playing. And it's not just, oh, well, it's gone forever, All right, let's move on. All right, this is interesting and applies to creators. YouTube smacks down Valve's beloved Counter-Strike 2 skins and potentially crushes GTA 6 videos in new content restrictions against gambling, mass violence, and realistic human characters. All that in quotes for some reason. So, this is from Games Radar. YouTube has revealed new plans to tighten policies surrounding video game content uploaded to the platform, specifically when it centers around more controversial adult themes, including gambling and graphic violence. As Valve faces the fire from both fans and developers alike following the new Counter-Strike 2 update, which left the community in shambles, see, I don't know about this, over skin prices and the entirety of Steam's marketplace crashing, other companies are taking a stand against gambling in video games, YouTube included. A new announcement, aptly dubbed YouTube's Strengthened Approach to Online Gambling and Graphic Violence in Gaming, reveals as much. In it, Google explains its decision to change YouTube's guidelines. Our policies are designed to evolve alongside the digital world. We're making these updates to keep pace with new trends like gambling with digital goods and to more closely align our guidelines for mature content with industry standards. Interesting. An outline of the coming tweaks is then provided, starting with online gambling content, specifically within the realm of video games. Very wild. Hey, Dan, good to see you. Oh, please end the loot box era. Maybe this is it. Our current policy prohibits content that directs viewers to online gambling sites or applications that are not certified by Google. It reads, we're expanding our enforcement to now cover online gambling with additional items that have monetary value, including digital goods, video game skins, cosmetics, and NFTs. It's hard not to think of the ongoing Counter-Strike 2 skin fiasco and the $6 billion market that Valve's cosmetics created. We're updating our approach to casino-style games where nothing of real-world monetary value is wagered or cashed out, continues the announcement from Google. Content that depicts, promotes, or facilitates social casino sites will now be age-restricted. I think that's fair. I don't see anything wrong with that. My bad, dude. I said the keywords. Counter-Strike 2 isn't the only game in question here, however, nor are features like gambling and casinos. Titles like Grand Theft Auto 6 could also be affected by the new YouTube policies. That's because they're attempting to tackle graphic content like depictions of violence, especially when it involves realistic characters. In addition to our existing guidelines around graphic gaming content, we will age restrict an additional small subset of video game content featuring realistic human characters that focuses on scenes of torture or scenes of mass violence against non-combatants, as stated in the new policy post. YouTube will consider several factors when reviewing this type of content, though, like duration, prominence, and, as mentioned before, the inclusion of realistic human characters. It's safe to say games like GTA 6 don't exactly hold back when it comes to violence, and their characters are certainly realistic, especially when you consider its impressive new visuals, which add detail to everything from blades of grass to, well, people. As for how this will play out, YouTube expects that most channels will experience little to no impact. Any content uploaded before November 17th, which seems to be the date the new policies are officially rolling out, might be removed or age restricted, but may also be edited ahead of time. Here's hoping we still see plenty of GTA 6 videos floating around later this year and beyond, although I could do it less Counter-Strike 2. That's fair. A weird opinion while reporting the news, but sure. So I think that's overall a net positive, but I don't know that realistic human characters can be stretched a good way. I mean, Fortnite content could be restricted heavily, right? So that means any clips or streams or gameplay videos of you just playing Fortnite Battle Royale, which is one of the least offensive in terms of like shooters I could think of, because nobody bleeds, it's not really like super violent. It's barely violent. It's, you dissolve into pixels when you die, you know, like that's the safest, cleanest approach to shooters I've seen, next to like Splatoon, where you're not even a person, you're just a little squid thing. Let's see, I like cosmetics and buying stuff in games that makes things more interesting. It's the gambling part I don't like. Hey, Gio, welcome in. Interesting, we're talking about all this maturity stuff as GTA 6 is coming out. Right, like I find that part interesting, that they would up the change the policies up now. Apparently, and I don't have the source, I was reading some other articles to try to get like some more understanding of how this is going to work retroactively. And the retroactive approach is that your older videos will be flagged, but the newer stuff I think will get taken down or age restricted stronger. It's good people are people too. I mean, if you say so. But anyway, I like that. I think it's a net positive. I just think it's going to be interesting in how AI enforces this, because we all know there's no human reviewing YouTube videos anymore. Yeah, welcome in, dude. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by the stream today. We are talking about game news and scrolling through articles and making commentary. All right, what's our next one? ID at Xbox recap. All right, this should be interesting. I did not watch this live, so we'll just kind of scroll through and see the highlights. Let's see. ID at Xbox Showcase recap. Every indie game announcement from the fall 2025 event. IGN partnered with Xbox once again for the fall edition of its indie showcase, highlighting upcoming indie titles for Xbox, PC, and Game Pass for the rest of 25 and into early 26. Excellent. Now that's exactly what's gonna happen. It's not gonna mess anyone up. It's gonna mess everybody up. All right, let's take a look at this recap here. People are developing a TikTok accent. I did read about that. It's the same thing when they talk about the tonality people adopt when they're playing games, where they'll talk to the like squad and they'll be like, I've got people over here, and you'll hear it in streamers a lot, you know, and it's a two on me. It's so funny. Anyway, all right, let's look at this first one. I don't want to watch the trailer. This looks spooky. Agni, Village of Calamity. Terrifying new horror game. See, I called it. From Indonesian developers Sapara Interactive. This cinematic psychological horror centers around Agni, an investigator who's defied orders to venture into a remote village shrouded in dark mysteries and a cold atmosphere. Neat. Darkwood 2. Alright, they went all spooky games. That's what it feels like. Unaliving and the other YouTube keyword dodging is so stupid. Yes, it's also like on TikTok, you can't say Twitch or YouTube or they limit your reach, which I'm on TikTok live right now, so it's probably limited. That's probably why nobody's watching, because I said the magic words that limit your reach. So it's just kind of like, yeah, thanks for telling me. Darkwood 2, that just looks scary. I don't even want to know. Don't Fret. First-person psychological horror meets music puns, and Don't Fret, coming soon to Xbox Series X and S. Plays a guitar named Fret, but if I am Fret, how do I don't fret? Later, dude. Talk to you later. All right, excellent. Have a great day, man. Thanks for stopping by. Will, thanks for the work alert. Have a good day, man. Enjoy your call. All right, that looks interesting. Puppergeist. Can I pet that ghost dog? I kind of want to watch this one. Do we want to learn about ghost dogs? Hey, Geo to the max. Thanks for the follow. I don't know. The alerts are so jacked up in game news mode. I don't understand what's going on. I gotta fix it. I just need to sit down and fix it. I kind of want to know about Puppergeist. Let's see if we can watch it real quick. It's a rhythm game? I like rhythm games. Seems polite for a demon. Demons are not polite. Then again, I guess you're playing as a witch, so there is that. It gives Rhythm Heaven vibes. Aw. Uncover each pup's hidden story. Oh no. I didn't expect a rhythm game. That looks adorably deceptive. Like it's cutesy little graphics, and then you're gonna be sad. All right, 33 Immortals Pride and Temperance update. I don't know anything about this. I'm gonna move on. I mean, it looks cool, but I don't know. It's a cute trap. That's what it feels like. Oasis? Best dungeon brawler? All right, let's see. I'm already interested in this gameplay. Physics-driven melee combat? Co-op? I don't have friends. Brent, you doing good, man? Ridiculous journey. It feels like somebody made a higher poly count, ultra like realistic model of the character from Tunic. This actually looks kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. I like the way this looks. See, it's not fair that Christian Ninja pops in, chats with me, and then talks about that TikTok accent and ducks out, because now I feel like I'm talking funny. Because I don't want to develop a way of speaking that isn't natural. This looks cool. Like, does anybody else think it looks cool? Maybe TikTok just mimics your region. That explains a lot of the Cajun content I've been getting lately. But I don't speak with a Cajun accent. I didn't grow up around it to develop it naturally. You are. Not enough A and other proper Canadianisms. I'd apologize, but then that might mislead you to thinking I'm somewhat Canadian. And I don't have a Texas drawl, except when I do. Dude, sometimes it comes out. Sometimes it comes out. Ungodly. I don't know if I want to watch that. Dark fantasy RPG where players can choose one of more than 20 primals, each with its own skill set and abilities, challenging players to tackle a variety of enemies in a sprawling broken world. I'm good. Planet of Lana 2, Children of the Leaf. I'm okay. Seems cool. Aphelion. Don't know how it's back. An all-new sci-fi adventure. Players tasked to survive an uncharted planet with astronauts Ariane and Thomas. The two have been separated and must find each other by traversing a frozen planet under threat from dangerous anomalies. An inky black beast stalks the player as reality itself shifts. That seems kind of neat. Spooky. Kind of neat. Indie selects. Says games that are already out. Vampire Survivors. Antichamber. Ooh, okay. I actually wanted to kind of check this trailer out. Vampire Survivors is addicting. And now it's getting a Balatro update. Came to TikTok, see your framing. You're smarter than I am. I would love to go over my setup with you, dude. It's very simple. But deceptively complex. Oh, I should play more Vampire Survivors. It's such a fun game. The Balatro update is making me laugh, though. They did a good job with it. Anybody like Vampire Survivors? I thought it was great. You play online? Is there online co-op? Has it always been online? Ode to Castlevania? That's cool. What is happening? That looks cool. What was that last bit? 2 more DLCs. Stop! 2 more DLCs coming. Interesting. Nintendo Switch and Epic Games Store on October 31st. I need to actually... I was planning on Game Pass. I need to actually buy the game. I don't pay for Game Pass anymore. It got too expensive. DayZ Badlands. Alright, not interested. Super Ball. What is this? Rocket League like soccer game with cyberpunk aesthetic and superpowered characters instead of cars. Alright, let's see. If it's super duper sports, I'm gonna be really bad at it. I'm bad at Rocket League. And character design's pretty cool. Like, I like the variety and colorfulness. She's got a big punchy glove. Oh yeah, this is something I would be terrible at. It looks fun though. You got like special moves? That's cool. Down for some football, Rocket League style game. Yeah. Super Ball. That was cool. Invincible versus Robot and Monster Girl. Don't care about that. Sledding game. This looks like one of those cozy kind of adorable games that's just gonna make you laugh. It literally looks like
about sledding and hanging out with friends called Sledding Game.
Okay, have you seen
Pretty much exactly what it sounds like?
Excuse me.
You just sled.
I'm sorry, I totally crashed there. fight me? Yeah, let's go.
You can race, you can do cool flips and stuff, and when you crash, there's some fun ragdolls, because how can you not love ragdolls?
All right, anyway, what is going on? I totally fell apart. Anyway, have you guys seen the argument about they're calling it when somebody like releases a game, a trailer for a new game, or just releases the game, I guess, and they're like, yeah, it's a game about doing whatever task and hanging out with friends, and now they call it friend slop is apparently the name of the genre, because it's all just mini games, but it's like you don't like playing video games with friends? Is that your argument? You don't like being social or doing silly tasks with your friends? Like, what's the deal? Anyway.
Ragdolls. You can also talk to people using proximity chat.
Alright, I'm gonna put it all on 23.
That's all? Oh, the goal here is to just have fun and hang out. Like, that's it. So if you want to take a break from sledding, you can also just chill. You can build snowmen, you can roast marshmallows, you can even have...
I really wanted the little frog buddy in the background before he's like, you can build snowman. Go back. I wanted to see, like, you could take a break, right? And then I wanted this guy to like push the bench down the hill so he was back to sledding. Anybody else? Is that just me?
You can build snowmen, you can roast marshmallows, you can even have snowball fights. Lock us in. Lock us in.
Oh no, watch out, watch out.
I got Lou on.
Watch out, he's
No,
right there.
I've actually added a ton of other like fun little random things to do besides sledding. You can also play darts or go curling or drink hot cocoa or fish. People love fishing.
It's a real game. It's got fishing.
On my next one,
Yeah, I haven't caught a whale. Oh my dude, this is the day. There's also a karaoke mic in the lodge. If you want to mess around with that, that's one of my favorite things. Woo!
Do you know what is a little green dot on the snow?
What?
Oh, never mind.
What?
That joke doesn't make any sense in English.
But yeah, I've been developing this game on my own, and it's honestly crazy how far it's come. And now
This actually looks fun.
Really excited to share that sledding game is coming to Xbox and Game Pass. So yeah.
Dude was asked to make a trailer for his game, and he sat down and went, all right, here's my game, and here's some footage of me playing the game. Here's a stream. Not heard the term before. I suspect more because the games themselves aren't meant to be really good, just really social. I don't know though, but like Peak is really fun. This looks fun enough. Not fun by yourself, fun with people. All right, Raw Fury and Xbox Game Pass. Monsters are coming. Dome Keeper. See, first announcement in the 2-minute long sizzle reels. Monsters are coming and Rock and Road, build and fortify your rolling fortress. Fight off hordes of enemies. Second title, Dome Keeper. I don't want to watch that. I'll be honest. Egging on. Platforming your way through a variety. Platforming, I'm in. I'm a simple man. I know what I like.
Well, Egg, here we go again.
You are Egg. I bet there's fall damage.
Oh, that was ugly. You'll do better next time.
Alright, this looks fun. It looks like it'd be frustrating, but it looks fun. All the birds. No, thank you. No, I'm good. I'm sorry.
That was tough. Shall we try again?
Alright, that looks pretty good. Over the hill? Let's see what that is. Is this like Snow Runners, but silly? The visuals are giving silly, but maybe not. More artsy, now that I've seen more of it. Yeah, it's kind of feeling more like an artsy-fartsy kind of game, which I'm fine with. Like, there's place for that. Like, thanks. Looks cool. TCG Card Shop Simulator. Yeah, okay, so this game looked funny, but I think this is one of those games that if you're gonna watch clips of it, you're watching people that do a really good job at like role play and like getting into doing the simulator side of it. I bought it and played it. I did one stream of it and I nearly fell asleep while streaming because I was just very bored with the tasks and the loop. Watching the game, hilarious. Playing the game, totally different story. Also, simulators are just not my thing. So I just didn't get into it. All right, task time. Oh, this is colorful. I'm clicking it. This kind of game isn't fun to play. The only way to make it fun is to really lean into it, for someone to break it. Right.
What is task time? Who can play it? Is it fun? How did this end up in a Halloween-themed Xbox showcase? We will answer some of those questions and more right now. Task Time is a chaotic party game for up to 8 friends. Or, if finding 8 friends proves too tricky, 3 friends, 2 colleagues, 1 confused grandparent, a well-timed Deliveroo driver, and that guy you're friends with on Xbox whose identity you forgot years ago. Are you a distant cousin? Did we meet on Gears? Who are you? Across 6 glorious rounds, the aim of the game is to complete the tasks, finish top of the leaderboard, and subsequently rub it in your Deliveroo driver's face. The tasks aren't always as straightforward as it seems, however, and include such randomly generated gems as hit other players to score points. Everyone plays on a 90s handheld. Keep your A and Z as far apart from each other as possible, but everyone moves like a tank. Hit other players to score points.
This actually looks great.
Everyone uses a selfie stick. From some of the people that worked on Gang Beasts and Fall Guys, Task Time is coming soon and promises to be your new favourite friend slot.
Ah, see, friend slop. She said it. She said it. Your new favorite friend slop. Oh, I love that came up. I feel vindicated. I didn't just make up something. It is a real thing, and I'm here for it. That looked fun though. Would that not be a fun like collab stream, Denalid? That's where my mind goes. Would this be fun to stream with people? I think I'm gonna get it, and we will have task time. When does it come out? It just says coming soon. All right, fine. Mouse PI Detective for Hire. All right, this game looks cool, but it's probably a little graphic. It does come out next year. Got pushed next year. I think it'd be a fun stream once. Yeah, agreed. And I guess that's it. All right, cool. Well, that was a cool showcase recap. I'm glad I didn't watch the whole thing. I would have been disappointed. All right, well, let's move on. I've got a few things to talk about before we call it a day. I thought this was neat. Sonic Prime Studio are working on an animated Crash Bandicoot series. If you guys have Netflix and checked out Sonic Prime, it's pretty solid. Yeah, I was a Sonic fan. I enjoyed the series. To see them working on Crash Bandicoot, one, kind of sad, means no more Sonic stuff. But Crash Bandicoot could lean into a Saturday morning cartoon vibe with it. I think it would be kind of fun. We'll see how it goes, but that's cool. Good for them. Again, Sonic Prime was an awesome series. I really enjoyed it. Did not go the way I thought it would, and yeah, it was good. It was good. Anyway. All right, I love this. The original Splinter Cell and Hitman are among 16 new games added to GOG's preservation program. The OG Splinter Cell holds a special place for me, just in terms of gaming and just where it reminds me of what I like when I shifted away from, not away, but I added more mature games into my like gaming portfolio, things that I like to do. You know, when it comes to playing games, because originally I was not into anything shooters, guns, realism. I wanted, and I still prefer, colorful escapism entertainment, but love the OG Splinter Cell. Dude, Zach knows. What's up, dude? Good to see you. But it's such a good game. Anyway, Originally announced last November, the GOG Preservation Program is a venture designed to ensure that classic games remain playable on modern PCs forever, even after their developers stop supporting them. The latest batch of games added to the Preservation Program includes the original Hitman Codename 47 and Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, making it easy for players to experience the first games in each series on current PC hardware. Both games are also included in GOG's Autumn Sale, meaning at the time of writing, Splinter Cell is $1.36. You have no reason not to buy it. And Hitman Codename 47 is 91 cents. Again, no reason not to get it. Full list of newly added games is as follows. Battle Chess 4000, Blood Witch. Never heard of it, but the way that's spelled, I have a lot of questions. Anyway, Call of Cthulhu, Prisoner of Ice, Clive Barker's Undying, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, Elvira 2, The Jaws of Cerberus, Heart of China, Hitman, North and South, Nostradamus, The Last Prophecy, Spore Collection, Superhero League of Hoboken, Thunderscape, Titus the Fox, Tamara Ket and Back, I don't know, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, Tomb Raider Game of the Year Edition. Games included in the preservation program are identified with a dedicated stamp on the GOG store, and players can see how GOG has worked to update each title by looking at its preservation log. For example, while adding Splinter Cell to the preservation program, GOG updated the game to add full support for modern resolutions and aspect ratios, including 16:9, as well as anti-aliasing and a capped 60 Hz refresh rate to avoid physics issues. It also adds support for the GOG configuration tool, allowing players to adjust high resolutions, texture quality, detail levels, gamma brightness, and sound settings, and controller mapping. Controller mapping, if you played the first Splinter Cell on PC, controller support is non-existent. It is awful. So if it actually lets you use, like if it's a decent tool, because if you remember, OG Splinter Cell was a big console release as well. And I was bummed that I reasonably, at the time I downloaded it on Steam, I couldn't get controller mapping to work correctly. You say lock 60 to avoid physics issues? Dude, you'll find... When is it 91 cents? Well, Hitman's 91 cents right now on GOG. And Splinter Cell is $1.36. Isn't that a solved problem? Not if it's baked... Okay, one, not if it's baked into the game's, like, engine code. And two, if GOG isn't allowed to go and alter... like source code, they're altering config files and doing kind of the work around making the game run in its original state. Splinter Cell is currently $2.49. Well, how old is this article? This is yesterday. Well, I don't know. Now I'm curious. I don't know. Anyway. Let's see. That's pretty cool. I like that. I like the Splinter. I saw Splinter Cell. I was like, I gotta talk about it on game news. All right. Anyway, let's move on. All right. Let's talk about Palworld. We got a quick update towards the end of the episode. Nintendo's patent relevant to Palworld case has been rejected by Japan's office for lacking originality. What happens next? Japan's patent office rejects key Nintendo patent. I love it. All right. Nintendo's ongoing legal campaign against Palworld developer Pokopia has hit another roadblock. A key patent in Nintendo's Monster Capture family, one that sits right between two patents currently being asserted in the Tokyo District Court, has been rejected by the Japan Patent Office. The decision cites a lack of inventive step, pointing directly to older games such as Ark, Monster Hunter 4, Craftopia, Kantai Collection, and Pokemon Go itself as examples of prior art. For Xbox players following the saga, and especially fans who jumped into Palworld on Game Pass, this new twist adds even more weight to Pocketpair's defense. It reinforces the argument that Palworld isn't necessarily copying Nintendo, but rather is inspired by and builds upon decades of established game mechanics. A tangled patent family tree. Alright, yes, okay. The latest report from GameSpray breaks down the significance of this patent rejection in relation to the Pokopia case. If you look at the official JPO patent family chart shown above, you can see how interconnected these filings are. Well, that's just a tree. The newly rejected application descends from Nintendo's 2023 filing, which has already been granted and is one of the patents cited in Nintendo's lawsuit against Pokopia. Meanwhile, patent 2024 and some numbers branches off another granted patent also being used in court. That means this isn't some irrelevant side filing, it's literally sandwiched between two patents central to the litigation. If the JPO finds that one member of the patent family lacks originality, it raises questions about the others. As GamesFray notes, this sibling parent structure makes the 2024 rejection potentially significant. The same reasoning, lack of inventive step, obviousness based on prior art, could easily apply to the related patents Nintendo is wielding in court. Yay! Don't think it's no, Zach. This lawsuit has become an argument of mechanics and like duplicate like methods of doing things. It is no longer just the pals looking silly and eerily similar to Pokemon. The JPO's record shows a third-party submission was made earlier this year, including prior art that led to this rejection. While the JPO doesn't name who made it, the timing aligns with Pokepair's known strategy and its April 2025 court filing of similar evidence. In fact, GameFray's earlier coverage revealed that Pokepair's legal team has already submitted an extensive list of games, from Ark and Tomb Raider to Zelda, Titanfall 2, and Rune Factory 5, all to demonstrate that Nintendo's claimed mechanics existed long before Palworld. And then they broke it down even more. Pokopia even cited mods like Pixelmon and Nukamon as prior art, arguing the player-created content is also part of the shared creative ecosystem that predates Nintendo's claims. Interestingly, Nintendo's own argument earlier this year tried to claim that mods shouldn't count as prior art, an unusual position that drew criticism for trying to limit what qualifies as publicly known technology. And then they go into why this matters for Palworld. Well, the JPO's decision doesn't directly determine the outcome of the Tokyo District Court case. That's a separate process. It could influence it. Judges often respect the technical findings of patent examiners, even if they aren't legally bound by them. In this case, the rejection undermines Nintendo's claim that that its patent protect truly original gameplay ideas. That is key. When Japan's own patent authority says otherwise, that argument loses credibility fast. The ruling also puts pressure on Nintendo's third patent in suit, which, according to previous reports, has already been modified mid-litigation. That should not be allowed. A sign that Nintendo's getting desperate. What may also be relevant is that it was recently leaked that Nintendo may be working on its own Pokemon spin-off featuring gameplay elements similar to Palworld's survival style. If this turns out to be true, it could explain why Nintendo is pushing so hard to secure broad control over mechanics that suddenly look marketable again. So what happens next? Nintendo now has 60 days from the October 22nd notice to respond. Nintendo can submit amendments to the patent claims or argue why the examiner's conclusions are wrong. If that fails, Nintendo can appeal, which would potentially drag the process into 2026. The main lawsuit against Pokopia continues at the Tokyo District Court, but is getting increasingly shaky. If more Nintendo's patents face rejections, it could drastically weaken their case. Whatever happens, this development shows that Pokopia's defense strategy, built on citing prior games like Ark and Monster Hunter, is paying off. So that's like really good news, because it shows, at least from what I understand, and I'm not a legal guy, I have no idea how patents work in Japan, much less most of the system in the United States. But what I've read and what I've been seeing is the way Nintendo has been modifying and changing things and adjusting things is not a good look. And then two, this rejection of that one patent can bring into question everything else, like all the other patents that have been granted. That's awesome. Because I like Nintendo. I like Pokemon. I don't mind if something else comes out to compete with it or is inspired by it, because that just should drive Game Freak and Nintendo to make better games, right? Like, that's what we want. That's what competition's supposed to do. So that's why I like every time Nintendo files a lawsuit, it's just like, what are they doing? You know, are they really protecting their IP, or are they trying to crush competition? And this definitely feels like they're trying to just crush any sort of competition that they don't like. So good news. Good news. I hope this ends that lawsuit quickly. Probably not, but we'll find out. All right, what else do we have? Oh, okay. So recently there were some interviews done about Super Mario's recent anniversary. and the 40th anniversary, and they were talking about what they think Mario will look like at its 100th anniversary. So the original Mario Bros. Team, including executive fellow Shigeru Miyamoto, executive office Takashi Tezuka, and composer Koji Kondo, and SRD president Toshihiko Nakago, discuss the past and future of the series in a special Nintendo Museum book to celebrate the game's 40th anniversary. One segment of the interview asks the four creators if they think Super Mario series can remain popular up to its 100th anniversary in 2085. That's a long time from now. To which they agree that the series will need to continue to evolve to maintain its relevance. One might think it would be a miracle if Mario was still here after 100 years, since we make things while not knowing when our players may get bored with them, says Tezuka, transcribed by VGC. If it's not fun to play, you'll get bored, and I'm always thinking of how to keep it so that something like that doesn't happen so that people keep playing. Different times bring different kinds of fun. What Mario can do now is completely different from when we started out. I want to continue making things people find fun to play, including the actions you do, by changing things little by little. Tezuka said that one consideration Nintendo may make for the future of Mario is that multiple generations of people have started playing games since the series began in 1985. Until just a little while ago, 2-generation parents and children were playing together. Now 3 can. I don't know if we'll get to 4, but we want to make something that can be played together for generations to come. That's interesting. So I thought it was kind of cool, like just speculation on the 100th anniversary of Mario and what the game could look like. Raphael, what's up? Anything about Pokemon? I think I got one article about Pokemon coming up next. Oh, no, we got to talk about EA struggling with managing AI. Management urging them to use AI for just about everything. So let's talk about this. Business Insider spoke to a number of current EA staff, speaking on their anonymity, who say the company's leadership has spent the past year urging its roughly 15,000 employees to use AI for a wide range of tasks, from making code and concept art to advising managers how to speak to staff about sensitive subjects like pay or promotions. According to the report, some staff say the AI tools they're encouraged to use produce flawed code that has to be manually corrected. That is a big thing. AI, like code generation, is great if you already know how to code and can clean it up. Vibe coding can't bring you there. It can't get you there all the way. Others on creative teams worry that because they're expected to train AI software by feeding it their own work, the demand for character artists and level designers will drastically fall. Also a valid concern. One former Respawn employee who worked in senior QA role says he believes one of the reasons he was among 100 colleagues laid off this past spring is because AI was reviewing and summarizing feedback from playtesters, a job he usually did. Business Insider also received internal documents that show that some EA employees are expected to complete AI training courses, use AI tools daily to speed up their work rate, and treat generative AI like a thought partner, asking it for advice on things like how to phrase questions when a promotion is denied. Yuck. Time to rant about AI code again? Because I definitely have some rants. Nah, dude. Rant away. As the article notes, EA stated in May as part of its annual 10K Securities and Exchange Commission filing that while it was making more use of AI tools, it had to acknowledge the dangers of those tools being used incorrectly. Yeah, so we made training to show you how to use the tools, so you use them and then we can replace you. We're integrating artificial intelligence tools and technologies into our business and development processes. EA's filing read, the use of artificial intelligence might present social and ethical issues that, if not managed appropriately, may result in legal, reputational harm, cause consumers to lose confidence in our business and brands, and negatively impact our financial operating results. According to this year's GDC survey, a majority of developers reporting working at companies that utilize generative AI tools. And then AI has been increasing with around 20% of all games released in 25 that point to disclosing the use of AI on Steam. Given that this disclosure is voluntary, it's also likely the actual number is higher. So, yeah, I could imagine. This is going to be a hard shift. They're going to push AI. They're pushing AI in every aspect of corporate work. When used correctly, it's a good tool. When forced to be used and then eventually seen as the replacement for people, That's when you get dystopian futures that we don't want. But it seems like we're on the fast track there, so who knows? It'll probably this time next year we'll see what we're saying about AI in the workplace. But yeah, code generation, it's good to help. It's not good to just go, hey, write the classes for me and then compile it and then that doesn't work because the AI skipped some crucial steps or just didn't do a thing it said it did. It hallucinated. All right, anyway, let's go to our next article because I'm running out of time. It's already, oh my gosh, it's already over now. This is a long game news. All right, well, as our last thing, a playable prototype of Pokemon Pokopia has released online. Bum, bum, bum. An early prototype of Pokemon Pokopia, Nintendo's upcoming farming sim, has leaked online. Furthermore, it is fully playable in Unity and verified by the recent Terra leak. Revealed earlier this year, Pokemon Pokopia is a joint collaboration between Koei Tecmo and Nintendo. The life sim lets you play as a humanoid Ditto, befriending different Pokemon and building a life for themselves. With crafting and farming, the title is one of 2026's most anticipated games. However, it seems an early playable prototype of the title has been leaked, as well as information regarding its development. A complete, it's from Central Leaks, so I guess it counts. Terra Leak, a complete unreleased prototype of Pokopia has been found, and we have the full Unity source code. Pokopia originally looked a lot more like Stardew Valley than Minecraft. You would assign your Pokemon to build and harvest resources. I don't know if I should watch this video or not. The leak first came from Rydog E, who was then verified by the infamous Centro Leaks, who previously revealed much of Pokemon's future with the Terra leak, like Gen 10. In a Twitter X post, Rydog captured in-game screenshots and footage of an early prototype of Pokemon Pokopia. Centro Leaks then posted video footage of an early prototype seen above, and linked the apparent source code of the prototype, allowing anyone to play it on Unity. The leaker also claims that the project was originally all Game Freak before being outsourced to Koei Tecmo. As you can see from the leak, Pokemon Pokopia looks quite different than what was revealed this year. Instead of the 3D style we know, it's entirely pixel art similar to Stardew Valley. Early reports mentioned that the game was originally a Nintendo Switch 1 title and a successor to Pokemon Let's Go from the Terra leak. Fans online have expressed enthusiasm over the art style and visuals as it feels reminiscent of older titles. While knowing this is what the game could have been, it does seem like if this is what the final product will play like, it'll be a great one. Interesting. I don't know if I want to watch this or not. I kind of do, but maybe not on stream. That kind of sucks that this leaked out so early because it's gonna set expectations, and a lot of the mechanics and stuff in here probably have changed. I do like the pixel art approach. I think that looks pretty cool. Just from this screenshot, but I don't know. Weird that it leaked out so early. Anyway, all right, guys, that's all I got time for today. I appreciate you hanging out. We'll turn news mode off and hang out here for a moment. But I hope you all have a good day ahead of you and some cool stuff planned. That's it for the streams this week. I will not be streaming tomorrow. Next week should be a normal-ish week for streams. I believe we'll be able to come back to Tuesdays and Thursdays, but we'll see. But we're finishing up softball this week with my kid, so that takes that gives us some of our midweek streams, evening streams back, and yeah, it'll be a good time. I'm looking forward to it. All right, we're gonna find somebody to raid. While I'm looking, who do we go to? Who do we send it to? I don't even know. GCG's live. Dvoraya is live. Let's send it that way. I can never say her name correctly. But anyway, all right. I love you guys. Y'all have a great day. Wherever you're watching, hit the follow button.
Welcome back.
Like the stream, share it. I appreciate it. And we'll see you Friday morning. That's right. We're streaming Friday morning. So see you then.